stuff.
Got those 70s costumes.
That's certainly fantastic. Well, where did you get the idea from in the first place? Because it was the first kind of comedy sci-fi we ever saw.
Yeah, well, I basically got it from lying drunk in a field in Innsbruck. The way you do.
I'll move straight on. What do you think it is about sci-fi fans? We've had sort of a lot of the staff, the cast of Red Dwarf on the show. Well, why do people get so anarchic about it? Why don't they seem to have a life?
Well, they do say that real life is a crutch for those who can't handle science fiction.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I never. So, what do you think it's about?
I don't know. I mean, I guess that I guess that you know, people tend to be very weird, and there's a little bit of me that's a little bit weird, and I kind of sort of plug into that, I suppose. I mean, the funny thing is, in normal life, I mean, I'm actually rather sort of straight and ordinary, because actually the thing that's sort of the thing that you write about is always something that's a very, very different part of you that doesn't otherwise get expressed. I used to love science fiction when I was a kid. I don't anymore because it's kind of too close to home. Yeah. But you know, when I grew up with Dan Dare, for those of you who remember that, and I remember
only John Mack said yeah there, just for the record.
And I actually watched the first ever episode of Doctor Who when it went out. Do you know what else happened on that same day? The first episode of Doctor Who.
It was in 1963, was it?
It was 63, and it was the same day that President
Kennedy was assassinated, November 22nd. Yeah, I saw that on the Doctor Who website the other day, actually.
What a confession!
And then I realised I made a tragic on-screen blunder. No, I tell you why.
Get a life, Johnny. Get a life.
No, because you can. I tell you why. Because I had a bet with a friend about the bass line for Doctor Who. Yes. And on the website, you can get all three versions. I think there's been 3 recorded versions of the Doctor Who soundtrack, and the bass line does slightly change. All right.
Oh, the best version was the original one done by Ron Grainer, the Radiophonic Workshop. Yeah.
Oh, Trump. OK, there we go. Anyway, your latest project is h2g2.com, which is a website. But what's special about this website? What's it about?
H2G2 is a short form of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. You see, the thing was, when I originally invented the guide as such, I mean, it was the idea of an electronic book you'd carry around with you and was continually updated with information about anything you'd need.
Really
and
foreseeing the internet.
Well, yes, I mean, I guess it was. I mean, I wasn't thinking about technology. It was just a narrative device. But gradually, you know, the web has come and little sort of pocket computers have come.
But they've nicked your idea. When you boot up into the internet, you say, "Welcome to the internet, based on an idea by Douglas Adams." What does it say? Do we not think? Exactly right.
Well, it's a lovely idea, and I wish I had a sort of tenth of a penny for every time I do.
I bet you do. I bet you do.
Instead, Bill Gates has. But anyway, there you go.
Yeah.
So you know, it seemed a very natural, obvious thing to do, to try and actually create a collaborative guide online. And the thing about a collaborative guide is it's very, very unlike something that happens on paper. Because when you write a guide on paper, you've got one person who's the editor selecting from all the available material, having to compact it down to what can be published on paper.
He decides what's relevant and what isn't.
That's right. Yeah. And then, of course, publishes it a year late. Now, what happens when somebody publishes stuff a year late, which is what publishing is all about? I mean, for instance, I was reading about there was an entry in the Rough Guide about, I think, Vietnam, and there was a restaurant, they said, in one city was a very good restaurant to go to. So somebody arrives there with the Rough Guide and finds the restaurant's closed down, and goes to another restaurant nearby and says, "So what happened with that restaurant?" Yeah. They said, "Oh, that was the one that was in the Rough Guide." And they said, "Yeah." They said, "Well, what happened was it became so successful very quickly. The mafia took it over. The mafia can't run restaurants for toffee, so it basically closed down."
They're very litigious.
And so we took over. So that's the effect of having no sort of feedback, you know, because it takes so long. But the
thing about books. That's why we should burn them.
Well, I don't know about burning them. We should put them online. And the great thing about putting a collaborative guide, which everybody contributes information to, and it's absolutely live and it's absolutely up to the minute.
It's a kind of organic thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Cyber-organic.
That's right. So we've started, I mean, it's very small at the moment, and basically what people are exchanging are just sort of ideas and views and opinions. It's kind of like a forum. But I'm gradually going to start encouraging people to put real information in.
So if people log on, what do they see and how do they get involved with this with H2G2?
Well, basically, you can register just by giving your email address. That's all you don't have to get any inside leg measurement or anything like that. Just your email address, and you become a researcher, and you can put any information in you like, and it gets sort of voted on, it gets sort of maybe edited, and gradually we'll make the sifting of the information become more and more automatic. So anything anybody writes about will automatically be tagged here and there, and attached to every other piece. and cross-reference. At the moment, we haven't got there yet, but I mean, we're just encouraging people to sort of put in anything at all.
OK, I'll put in anything. That's
Absolutely.
fantastic. I'll be on it this afternoon.